Hey, welcome to the Dangus Dungeon. My name is Jason, and this Commander game is going to be a rematch of our Phyrexians Through Time game. So this game was actually chosen from a poll over on our Patreon page. Our supporters voted, and Phyrexians Through Time won. So it's a mixture of old and new Phyrexians, including Yawgmoth, Volrath, Urabrask, and Atraxa. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the game.
Howdy y'all, I'm Nate. Today I'm playing Yawgmoth for An Physician. I'm going to spread the love of Phyresis to everyone.
Hi Matt, I'm playing Volrath the Shape Stealer. I'm gonna steal some shapes, maybe. And also, deck has a theme about trying to do a lot of things that target stuff and pay me off for when that happens. We'll see if I find any of those cards. That would be cool.
Hi, Brennan. I'm playing Urabrask the Hidden. And I'm just going to try, man.
Hello everybody, my name is Brad, and I'm playing Atraxa. Things. Yep.
I'll throw up. I got a 6.
12!
You got a 9. 8.
I've gone first. Haha.
A hand with only Nykthos? Sounds great. I am not keeping that.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, risk it to the biscuit.
I hate to pitch one because this is my third.
I will start the game with a draw. Ooh boy, that's a magic card. I'm gonna play a Scalding Tarn and crack it to go find a tropical island cast on our elves. I'm gonna pass the turn.
Okay. This is a mountain forest.
Drop. Watery Grave tapped. Pass.
I'm gonna play a Myrix, and living up to my reputation, I'm gonna play a Solar.
My turn. I'm going to play on Marsh Flats. I'm going to get rid of it immediately. I'm going to tap all 3 of these mana to cast a World Enchantment in the Eye of Chaos. Whenever a player casts an instant spell, counter that spell unless they pay X, where X is that spell's mana value. Pass.
Mountain. Fire Diamond. Pass.
Drop. Land for turn is a Plains. Fellower Stone for turn. Pass turn.
Let's go ahead and play a Swamp. I'm gonna go ahead and pay 3 to make a Might.
I figured you might do that. I have a Verdant Catacombs. I'm going to pay a green to play Elves of Deep Shadow. Taps for black, but it hurts me. I'm going to pay 2 mana to cast a Malevolent Hermit. 2 mana, 2/1 Human Wizard. I can pay a blue and sacrifice it to counter target non-creature spell unless its controller pays 3, and I will pass the turn.
We're going to go ahead and drop a Gadrick the Crown Scourge and pass my turn.
Another basic Plains turn. There's only 2 in this deck, so thanks to my good friend Matthew over there, I could tap this for a green. So I cast this Farseek. So I will Farseek to grab Zagoth, Triome, pass the turn.
Let's go ahead and be nice to everybody. Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. I'm not dead yet though. This is where I'm going to be buried. Go to combat. Brand, I'm gonna hit you for 1.
Toxic.
Get a poison counter, please. And then I will pass the turn.
I'll fetch. I'll get my own Snazzy Triumph. I'm going to go to my turn. I'm going to pay 3 mana, 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to cast Grist the Hunger Tide. As long as Grist the Hunger Tide is not on the battlefield, it's a 1/1 green insect in addition to its other types. But when it's in play, it's a Planeswalker. I can +1 it to make a 1/1 green and black insect, and mill a card. If it was an insect milled this way, I could put a loyalty counter on Grist and repeat. I don't think I have any insects in here, so don't worry about that. -2, sack a creature when you do destroy target creature or planeswalker. -5, each opponent loses life equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. I am simply going to plus it and mill a card, which is a cowardice, make an insect. Whatever the cowardice. Combat. 2.
Ow.
Pass turn.
You're going to go ahead and untap. We're going to Golem Fountain. Whenever I cast an artifact spell, I'm going to put a charge counter on it, and then I can remove 3 charge counter from it to create a 3/3 colorless Golem artifact creature token.
Draw. Godless Shrine. Shocks.
Shocking.
Lazel, somebody's champion. If one of our counters would be put on a creature or planeswalker you control, or on myself, put that many counters +1s on the perimeter player instead. 3. Broker's Ascendancy. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1 counter on each creature you control, and a loyalty counter on each planeswalker you control. go to end step, go to put 1 counter on it, and it'll double to 2 because of her own ability.
At your end step, I'm gonna pay 3. Activate the Mirrex to make a might. Draw for 5. For a Sir Conrad the Grim. When another creature dies, or a creature is put into a graveyard from anywhere other than the battlefield, or a creature card leaves my graveyard, Sir Conrad the Grim deals 1 damage to each opponent. And then I can pay 2 to make everybody mill a card. Play a Fabled Passage. I'm gonna go ahead and go to combat. Brett, I'm gonna swing at 2/1/1 mites.
A black one.
Okay. Each of you lose 1 because a creature died. I'll crack this Fabled Passage for a snow-covered swamp and pass.
I'm gonna plus Grist again. I'm gonna mill a Takenuma, Abandoned Mire, and create a 1/1 insect. 1, 2. I'm going to play Collector Oof. It is a 2/2 Oof. Artifact abilities can't be activated. That's it, pass turn.
Play my land for turn. We're gonna go ahead and drop a Goblin Engineer. When it enters, I may search my library for an artifact and throw it into my graveyard. We're just gonna give it the old toss-a-roo. Getting a Mycosynth Wellspring.
My turn. Untap. Draw. Atraxa. Flying Vigilant. That's off lifelink 4/4. Beginning of my end step. Proliferate. Going to end step. Triggers. So Broker's Ascendancy was resolved first. 1 counter on Atraxa doubled because of Champion. And then same thing. And then Proliferate will happen. And I will put 2 more counters. And I will choose not to proliferate the 2 other things that I could, so pass turn.
I'm gonna go ahead and play a Cabal Coffers. Pay 2 to add 5. I'm gonna go ahead and cast a Living Death. We're gonna swap our creatures from our graveyards with the ones on the field.
I'm gonna sacrifice the Malevolent Hermit to target it. Counter it unless you pay 3.
Alright. You'll each lose 1. Matt, we'll swing a 5 for it, yeah?
I will block with a 1/1.
Damn it. You each lose 1. Go ahead.
If you appreciate the content that we're creating and you'd like to support us here at the dungeon, the #1 way to do so is to sign up to become a member over on our Patreon page. Some of the patron benefits include access to our full deck lists, voting privileges for polls held over on our Patreon, and shoutouts at the end of every video to let everyone know how awesome you are. If money's tight and becoming a patron isn't the best option for you right now, we totally get it. Simply liking our videos or subscribing to the channel if you haven't already, and commenting down below all help as well, and are totally free. Thank you all for watching and enjoy the game.
We're gonna minus Grist, and we're going to trade this insect for your Atraxa.
Okay. Do each lose 2?
I guess I will play my commander, taking a damage from Elves of Deep Shadow. Gonna go to combat. I'm going to make your Sir Conrad get smaller.
Ow.
I might as well attack you for 2.
Ow.
Pass the turn.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and pay 1 to tap the Goblin Engineer to sack a Fire Diamond for my Mycosynth Wellspring. When Mycosynth Wellspring comes in, I get to search my library for a basic land, put it in my hand, getting a mountain, playing my mountain for turn. We gotta get land somehow, you know? From there, we'll go ahead and pay 3. Sword of Sinew and Steel, putting a charge counter on Golden Foundry and passing him.
It's your boy, the Fury Master of Time.
Sure is.
Back at it again.
He will enter with 3 counters, but it is 4 thanks to Champion. Then I'm going to uptick to draw a card, and then discard a card. Pass off this card list to Fury's Protection. Land for turn. Polluted Delta. And then I will go to end step. Broker's Ascendancy. We'll put a counter on +1 counter on each creature I control, which ends up being 2. Each planeswalker I control gets a loyalty counter, which ends up being 2.
Am I go?
Yes.
Play a Reliquary Tower. Tap it for 6. Cast a Yawgmoth. So I'll pay a life. Sacrifice this might to put a -1/-1 counter on the champion. You each lose 1 because a might died. I will draw a card. That 2 mana in my pool to activate Sir Conrad. Everyone mills a card. Land.
Land.
Double EP then.
Pass the turn.
End step. Draw a card, discard a card. Elspeth, Sun's Champion.
Alright. When does he ult? 10?
Yeah.
Cool. That's now. Tap, upkeep, draw. Real cards. Oh, no. I'm going to tap land or else for green, and then I'm going to trade it for your only creature. Alright.
You each lose 2 creatures dead.
I can tap this for blue and cast Cura's Follower. We go to combat, trigger, Yawgmoth's gonna get a little smaller. And then the squad is going to Fairy's Way.
I will halt it in response, having 2 extra turns after your turn.
I can't do anything about that, so I will pass.
On your end step, we will fetch. But yeah, we'll grab free pool that was paying for Eye of the Storm. I will vampire to her.
Ha! I'm gonna opposition agent.
You are welcome to
Grab any card on his deck.
Here you go.
untap. 1 extra turn left on the stack. Damnation.
Very well.
So in response to Damnation, I'm gonna go ahead and eat the opposition agent to put a -1 counter on something irrelevant because it's gonna be dead.
Can we all lose one?
Yep. And I draw a card.
I am going to Sage of your Ascendancy.
That's fine.
And then I'm going to turn Volrath into a copy of Yawgmoth. And I'm going to sack this to put a counter on something. Sack this to put a counter on something. And sack this. So I will pay 3 life to draw 3 cards as well.
And we will still lose 7.
Yeah.
And my second spell, Sylvan Library. I will go to my last extra turn. 1, 2, 3. Sylvan Library trigger. Yeah, I will take 4 damage. Land for turn is an exotic orchard. 3, 4. To Fairy who slows the sunset. Enters with 4 counters. Uptick, choose up to 1 target artifact, up to 1 target creature, and up to 1 target land. Untap the permanents you control and tap the chosen permanents you don't control, gain 2 life. -2, look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand, the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. -7, you get an emblem with untap all permanents you control during each opponent's untap step, and you draw a card during each opponent's draw step. I'm going to -2 to look at the top 3 cards. 1 of them into my hand, pass the turn to the mono red.
Alright, thank you. Solemn Salakar, when it enters the battlefield, I search my library for a basic lamp. Woo! Here we go, boy! Alright, then I'll just pass my turn.
I'll go to my turn. Untap the library trigger. We're going to take 4. Ashiok, Dream Render. Spells and abilities your opponents control can't cause their controller to search their library. Downtick, target player mills 4 cards, and each opponent exiles their graveyard. Downtick it, why don't you mill 4?
Okay. Village Rights, land, Grimoire Spikes.
All of the graveyards get exiled.
Except for mine. Let's do the time warp again.
Yay, more turns. Cool.
This is what we wanted.
Uptick, target artifact, target creature, target land. And I'll gain 2 life, which was the important part. Go to my 1 extra turn. We'll just draw the 1.
Darn it, you don't want to pay 8?
I'll pay the mana for Ugin, the Spirit Dragon. Enters with 7 counters, +2, deals 3 damage to any target, -X, exile each permanent with going to cause X or less, that's 1 or more colors. To -10, you gain 7 life, draw 7 cards, and put up to 7 permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield. We're gonna uptick to shoot Grist.
Sure.
Grist got shot.
He got gatted.
Yeah, I got it. We'll uptick again, using artifact, land, creature again. You do it. Go ahead and mill Matt.
Swan Song, Arcane Lighthouse, Mystic Remora, Opposition.
Pass the turn.
Let's go ahead and play a Swamp Return. I'm going to add 7. I'm going to use 6 of it to cast Yawgmoth. Let's go ahead and cast this card I borrowed. Tavesh Sabat, Doom of Fools. +2, make 2 0/1 draws. I can +1 to sack another creature or planeswalker to draw 2 cards. Then I can draw an additional card if the sacrifice permanent was a commander. And then I can make 10 to gain control of all commanders, put all commanders from the command zone onto the battlefield under my control. I'm going to go ahead and +2 him and make some thralls. And I will pass the turn.
Sweet. And we're gonna get real spicy. Titania's Song. All non-creature artifacts are creatures, but they have no abilities. And their power and toughness are equal to their mana value.
So this is now a 2/2.
Yeah, and now you have a 3/3, a 3/3, and a 2/2. Pass.
You just gave him an army.
I did do that.
Yep.
Alright, we're gonna go ahead and play Urabrask. Ugin's gonna have 9 swinging at him. Jafiri will have 5 swinging at him.
I will block the 4/4 going at Kugan. So Teferi will die.
Nugan takes 5, down to 4.
Fat state.
Trigger still to my brain. We'll take just the one. Deep Close Gate. This will go up to 8. This will go up to 6. You go ahead and mill 4.
Necroskitter, Phyrexian Altar, a land, and Yawgmoth spell.
-5. Kugan.
Exile colored permanents, mana value 5 or less.
In response to the Yugen activation, I'm going to go ahead and eat these 2 thralls to put -1 counters on Deep Close Gate. I'm going to draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. To have upkeep, draw. Swamp. I'm going to go ahead and add 8. I'm going to use 8 to play Yawgmoth. 4. Play a Shieldred of the Apocalypse. Let's go ahead and pay 1 for a Gravecrawler. Let's go ahead and pay 2 for a Blood Artist. And I will pass the turn.
Draw. I will take 2. And Despair. Polluted Delta. Rhystic Deluge. The second best Rhystic card in my deck. And it reads, blue, tap target creature unless its controller pays 1. Yeah, it's an enchantment. Pass turn.
Draw. When you draw, you lose 2.
Grafted Exoskeleton. Cast Grafted Exoskeleton. I get the 3rd charge counter on a Golden Foundry, removing the 3. Paul says hello.
Hi, Paul.
So from there, we'll go ahead and drop a Goblin Welder. That must speak to it, you.
That's fine. I'll block with a Shieldred.
I that card lose 2.
When that creature dies, Brent, go ahead and lose 1. I'll gain 1.
Draw this land that I know about. Take 2. Land turn 6. Cast Atraxa. We will kill Blood Artist.
And in response to target, we'll eat it with Yawgmoth. We'll put a -1/-1 counter on the Weldy.
So at least there was a Paul.
Brent, go and lose 1. I'll gain 1. And I'll draw a card, gaining 2.
And Steph. Proliferate.
Draw. Gain 2. And we'll play a Swamp for turn. Have 9. Use 4 of it for a Pitiless Plunder. Let's go ahead and eat this Gravecrawler, losing a life. Making a treasure token with Pitiless Plunder. Putting a -1/-1 counter on that Golem. Drawing a card. I'm going to cast a Reanimate. Reanimating this Blood Artist. Losing 2. I'm going to go ahead and eat this Blood Artist. Brent, go ahead and lose 1. I'll gain 1. I'll make a 2nd treasure token. I'm going to put another -1/-1 counter on the Golem. I'm going to draw a card. I'm going to pay 2. Teleport Cutthroat. I'm going to go ahead and eat the Cutthroat. Brent, lose 1. I gain 1.
We all lose 1 from that one.
Oh yeah, I'll make a 3rd treasure token. I'll draw a card. Gain 2. Use the 2 and 1 floating. Activate the Merrick's to make a Might. I'm gonna eat the Might. Put a -1/-1 counter on the Golem. Gaining 2 from the draw. 6. Liliana, Dreadhorde General. I can uptick to make a 2/2 zombie. I can -4 to make each player sack 2 creatures. Or I can -9 to each opponent choose a permanent they control of each permanent type, then sack the rest. So I'm going to go ahead and uptick Dreadhorde. I will make a zombie. Cast the Gravecrawler from my graveyard. I'm going to go ahead and choose to put a -1/-1 counter on nothing, sacking the Gravecrawler, making a treasure, losing a life to activate the ability, but gaining 2 because I'm drawing.
Gaining 4 because you're drawing 2.
Correct. Drawing 1 from the Dreadhorde, drawing 1 from the Yawgmoth. Do it again. I'm going to pay 2 to cast this Thought Vessel, because I don't think I have another one in here, because I am an idiot. And I'm going to just go ahead and go to combat.
Before you attack, I'm going to fetch Underground Sea. I'm going to pay a blue. I'm going to do tap Shieldred unless you pay 1.
Alright, unless I pay 1.
Unless you pay 1.
I'll pay the 1.
I'm going to pay blue. Tap Shieldred unless you pay 1.
Damn it. Alright. Pass the turn.
I have a command tower. I got nothing. Cast turn.
Tap, draw. We're going to play a Scrap Welder. So pay 2 for an Endless Atlas. Getting a charge counter and Goblin. I'm going with Foundry. Passing my turn.
Do you lose your 2 when you drew for turn?
Land for turn. Going to combat. Attacking Liliana, Dreadhorde General.
Goes to 3.
Yeah, I guess I will -5 it.
So you're going to exile all of them, right?
Yep, 5 cost and last multicolor.
I'm going to go ahead and eat all 3 of these with Yagmoth, to draw 6 cards and gain 8 life. Yawgmoth is dead. Again.
Hey, she back. Because that's all I'm doing with my life. And simplify.
Draw. Play an Ancient Tomb.
I don't know if you have the life to pay for that.
I definitely do not. Lose 2 life to activate the Ancient Tomb to pay for the Cabal coffers and make 10 mana. I'm going to go ahead and use said 10 mana to cast Yawgmoth 5. Cast a Liliana Vis. I'm going to go ahead and downtick this Lily to search my library for a card, shuffle my library, and put that card on top. 4. To play a Crick, Son of Yawgmoth. I can pay 2 life instead of each black, instead to pay that mana cost. When I cast a black spell, I put a +1/+1 counter on Crick.
And he's lifelink.
I'm going to go ahead and pay 4 life, use my 2 treasures, a Carrion Thrall, and a Doom Dissenter. When Carrion Thrall dies, I create a 1/1 Eldrazi Scion that has sack, add a mana. When Doom Dissenter dies, I create a 2/2 black zombie. Let's go ahead and eat the Doomed Dissenter with Yawgmoth, targeting nothing to put a -1/-1 counter on it. Cast, he got 2 counters. Drawing a card from Yawgmoth, drawing a card from Lily. I will sack the Carrion Thrall to Yawgmoth, targeting nothing, drawing 2, making a Scion.
That's like I'm tired of drawing.
I'm gonna sacrifice the Scion for a mana, drawing a card because of Lily, 2/3, and then I'm gonna pay 4 life to cast a Gary.
I'm gonna World of Tutor in response. Probably immediately die. Just want to know what I was going to get. I'm gonna make believe that I can draw cards. I'm going to put Hirobi Death's Wail on top of my deck, because that card's cool, but I have no responses to death.
So Gary, you each are gonna lose X life, and I'm gonna gain X life, where X is the life lost this way, X is the devotion to black. So y'all are gonna lose 11, and I'm gonna gain 33. I will pass the turn.
Untap, draw. Pay 2. Draw a card. GG though.
I will untap, I'll draw, and my son will kill you.
And Nate takes a commanding lead this game and eventually pulls out a win with Grey Merchant of Asphodel. Good game, everyone, and I hope you all enjoyed that. I did, and I hope to see you next time. See ya.